Hey everyone, welcome back to Rick House Reviews. As always, it is Ryan.
I am Doug.
And today, we have a bottle that returns to the US market after a long time off. It's Wild Turkey 101 8-year. But before we get into that, if you guys want to help out the channel, you can engage the algorithm. Exactly. Click down below the subscribe button. Hit that bell to get notifications. Like and comment. Share this with all of your bourbon-loving friends and family. The support is very much appreciated.
We do thank you.
This is Wild Turkey 101 8-year. It is the new release from Wild Turkey, or the new old release. Wild Turkey 101 used to have a 8-year age statement. It went away in the U.S. market for a while, stayed in the foreign market, and now it is back for its first shelf release in the U.S. in the spring of 2025. And
Nice.
I could not be more excited as a Wild Turkey fan.
Excellent. I'm happy to deep dive down this rabbit hole of this turkey. It has been a while since I've done turkey, honestly, but as usual, we utilize a algorithm to rate this with aroma at 25, flavor at 30, finish at 25, buy and recommend at 10 apiece, and we'll give you those details at the shallots of elements of why we do what we do with those later on down the road. You are like just jonesing to jump into this turkey.
My uncle, who sadly passed away, who's hopefully we get my aunt on the channel at some point soon. She's in our extra, but
Yes.
channel, the exit video. He was a Wild Turkey and Maker's Mark fan.
There you go.
So I have always had an affinity towards them because of him.
Understandable.
So seeing this back in the market, I'm very, very excited.
Excellent. So we ready to get going?
Yes, sir. Ciao.
Salute.
Salud.
Thank you again.
Oh my God. That is like a
For
biscuit
turkey-
with honey butter being poured over it.
Yeah.
And then
Holy
you
cow.
get a little bit of aged funk. There's not a burn from the 101 on it.
On the nose, not on the aroma. That's really
Jimmy
nice.
Russell, you did it again. Yes. Giving it a rich, deeper, and bolder taste. Complex
Wow.
notes of vanilla, caramel, oak, and warming spices combined to be a uniquely satisfying whiskey experience. This is how bourbon is meant to be. Bold, genuine, and with no compromise.
Dang.
That's a good marketing statement.
That is. That's
Dude,
a solid flavor.
I love that smell. That honey butter, and that little like oak and cinnamon. It smells like a Texas Roadhouse.
Yes. Give me a steak to pair with this
Yeah.
bad boy.
Yeah.
That actually would be perfect.
I would
I like
dip
the
this while
idea.
grilling a steak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Easily.
Oh. Wow. That is a little astringent. It is a little flat on the back half.
Sad but true. But isn't
But
that
that finish.
part of like Wild Turkey's charm?
Well, yeah, it's also a mark of, I think 8 years a little bit too young.
Okay.
We've had their Russells 10-year.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
So wow, what's the other product that they put out?
Well, of course, normal turkey.
Yeah, normal turkey. Kentucky Spirit, I think, is older too.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. I'm trying to think of anything else to do. But yeah,
'Cause-
it's wild.
I gotta admit, this is a sipper.
Yeah.
Whereas turkey by itself usually is done as shots,
Or
just like Makers
you put it in,
on the young end.
or you drink it in Coke.
Oh, like the One Gentleman?
Yeah,
Okay.
101 in Coke was my go-to for a while when I usually drank mixed drinks, bourbon drinks.
There we go.
This is, but it's not like a bad flat.
No.
It's like a vanilla.
I would probably do it with Sprite.
Spice.
Honestly,
Oh, that'd be
to
so good.
bring out a
No.
little bit more
Ginger ale.
ginger ale. There
Because
you
the
go.
ginger is like one of the warming spices it's missing. Like I get cinnamon,
you
I
go.
get nutmeg,
Yep.
I get a lot of vanilla on it. That ginger would make it taste almost like a spice cake.
There you go.
That'd be really good.
Nice.
I might try that. Should we do that as a video?
We may have to do that as a video.
We may do this with different things. I'm also going to say I like this a lot better than the 70th that they did last year.
Okay, I can believe it. I don't remember it, but I can believe it.
We'll bring it out on Bourbon Night. We'll bring it out on Bourbon Night.
That way we can remember it again.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, wait. I got to do my numbers, don't I? Okay.
I haven't even started to score it yet. I don't care. I'm enjoying this.
All right. Out of 25. Jeez.
I know.
Okay. Well, I think for one, I know that one.
Yeah.
I think I liked it there. But I think I'm going to even it out right there.
Okay.
I think this time around it's got those numbers. So for the aroma out of 25, I gave
totally
it
different than
a
you.
20. I like the aroma. I like that honey butter biscuit element. It just isn't as pure as I want.
I gave it a 22 out of 25.
There you go.
This is so close to being perfect. It needs a little bit more proof. It needs a little bit more punch behind it to kind of like elevate those flavors to that next level to get it to that 24 to that 25 to that perfect score on aroma.
Right. Understandable.
Flavor, I was very also close. I gave it a 23 out of 30.
Okay.
I think the flavor is also exactly where I want it. It is the combination of vanillin and oak and like warming spices that I love on a bourbon, with just enough proof to carry them through the palate where they don't last too long. But it does fade quickly, and it lost a couple points for that from me personally.
Right. Same. 22 out of 30. It's a good flavor, but I want it to last a little longer. It just...
You don't want the ride to end.
Happens and slowly fades to a degree, but it fades too quick.
Yeah.
And I want... And that's where I had to knock it with the finish, going 18, actually, out of 25.
Okay. I went 19 out of 25 on the finish. It is a little too... That last sip I just got, it's a little too oaky.
Okay.
It's a little too much barrel on it, right at the end, like right on the back of your tongue, and it kind of stays there a little bit.
Yep.
But you also get like this wonderful, like caramel on the back of your tongue with it too, like almost like a burnt sugar thing going on with it that honestly saved the finish from being way worse.
True.
Yeah.
As far as buy and recommend,
10
I
out
gave
of
it
10.
7.
10 out of 10.
Okay.
Buy again. 10 out of 10.
Price point is under the $50 mark. So,
Yes.
yeah, again, for a Wild Turkey product, this is relatively good.
Well, we talk about it all the time. 8 to 12 years, or $8 to $12 per year.
There we go.
So
this would just
we're looking
be
at
a 64
to $80,
There you go.
and
this
is
just under
44.99 right
So-
now. When they can get more cases and it does become a shelfer, they're offering discounts. I think it's going to put it at exactly $40.
There you go.
That is value.
Mm-hmm. That is a fantastic element to get when it's at that price.
So yeah, I went 10 out of 10. You went
7 then 7.
okay. I went 7 on the recommend. Obviously 101 is not everybody's thing.
Right.
Wild Turkey is not everybody's thing.
Correct.
But if you like the flavor profile that Russell's Reserve brings, their 10-year brings, regular 101 brings, Kentucky Spirit brings, if you liked the 70th, I think this is a must pick up right now for you.
Easily.
Or wait until the second half of the year when it is available more on shelves and more easily grabbable. And this is a genuinely great release.
Love it.
I'm waiting for the 12-year now, guys. Bring it to the US. Come on.
It's right around the corner.
So
Just hoping.
our final score will be over the bottle now until basically the end of the video.
Yep.
Any final notes?
Nothing that comes to mind. Again, it's a nice Wild Turkey. Again, we're gonna have to bring this back and do a little, re-review, but this time with like possible cocktail mixes.
Yeah, I think mixing this with different mixers, I think is a really, really cool idea.
I don't know, would bitters work?
Oh, I think we can include an old fashioned in that.
There we go.
We can do like a 101 in Coke, 101 in ginger, 101 in Sprite, and do an old fashioned with it. I think that'd be very cool.
I'm game. Look forward to that video in
I
the
do
near
too.
future.
That sounds fun.
And we are, of course, Rickhouse Review. I am Doug.
I am Ryan.
Remember to subscribe, like, hit that bell, give us some comments, let us know if you've had this, what you think, and we'll look forward to reviewing those and getting back to you and getting to our, under 50, over 50 to 100 review.
We have lots of fun stuff
and
planned.
a few. If you have any suggestions, of course, hit comment as well. As far as that goes, we look forward to seeing you next time. Laters.
Peace out, guys.